In this video I'm going to tell how to model this in Blender. I like to share something. In my Gumroad page you can buy my products. If you buy this chess product you will get chess in wooden, plastic and metal chess, also with chess timer. You can buy this product in CG Trader. I'm working as freelancer. If you need interior scene, or 3 assets, you can contact me in Fiverr. I will model it. Delete this light first. While in edit mode, press SY2 and then use Ctrl R to add a loop cut, followed by beveling by pressing Ctrl B. Select and delete the top and bottom faces as they are not needed, because we will add a ray modifier. Insert these 2 faces by pressing I, then slightly extrude them inward by pressing E. Now insert it, and move them slightly inside by pressing GX, followed by extruding inwards. Add 1 loop cut here and here. Then in wireframe mode, select these vertex, move it little bit up. Add another loop cut here. For this window also add 1 loop cut. Select these edges, bevel it, then extrude. Duplicate the face, scale it in the Z-axis, and then extrude it. Press Ctrl plus to extend selection. Duplicate again, move it down, slightly inside, and scale in the Z-axis. Duplicate once more and move it to a certain position. Duplicate once more and rotate it. Move it to another position. Duplicate again, move it to a new spot, and slightly inside. Duplicate this, and bring it to another location. Duplicate the faces, but scale them down. Move it up, then extrude. Click Ctrl plus to extend selection. Duplicate and bring it down, moving it inside. Move it down. Duplicate once more, this time moving it downward. Finally, duplicate and rotate it. Scale this in Z-axis. In modifiers, bring bevel modifier. Adjust the number of segments to 4 and the value to 0.0016. Now in the shader editor, rename this building. Scroll down to viewport display settings. You can change the color here, which will only show in the viewport and not in the render. The difference will be visible in the viewport. Add new material by clicking plus. Name it yellow. Select faces by holding Alt plus Shift. Select this faces in both windows. Then press Ctrl plus to extend the selection. Assign them to the material. Change the color to light yellow in the viewport display for these selected faces. Add new material. Rename it glass. Choose the 2 surfaces and apply this material to them. Change the color to blue for the window in the viewport. Next, include a new material and label it wood. Position your cursor here and press L to select these loose parts. Similarly, press L to select all loose parts in both windows. Apply this material to them as well. In the viewport display, alter the color to brown. Bring a cube and decrease its size. Scale this little bit in Y-axis. Next, choose the top face, make a duplicate. Slightly scale in X and Y-axis. Extrude it up. Duplicate the bottom face, increase scale slightly in X-axis. Reduce the scale in Y-axis. Extrude it. Press Ctrl plus to expand the selection. Once again, duplicate this and move it to this position. Add a single loop cut. Insert 3 loop cuts. Here, add another loop cut. If you select these faces, pressing I will insert the entire faces. Instead, press I twice to insert the faces separately. Next, press Alt E, extrude along normals and then extrude it inward. Duplicate this face, move it inside slightly and downwards, scale it slightly, and scale it along the Y-axis. Duplicate this again, bring it down, and then press Shift R to repeat the action. In the modifier, include a bevel modifier. Adjust the segments to 4 and the amount to 0.01. In the shader editor, add a new material. Then again add new material. Press L to select the loose part, then press Ctrl I to invert the selection. Click Assign, change the color to light gray in the viewport display. Add new ones. Rename it as metal. Choose these loose parts and assign them to this material. Alter the color to a slightly golden hue for a metallic effect. And if you want, you can resize it. Next, choose these items and use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J to combine them into one object. Now, go to the Modifier tab and bring an Array modifier. Adjust the X value to 0 and the Z value to 1, increase count 3. Duplicate this. Rotate it RZ-90. Move it here to this building. Bring another Array modifier. You can see the X value is 1, but it is in Y-axis. That is because in rotation you can see Z is not 0. So press Ctrl-A, click Rotation. See, now it's good. Bring the cylinder now. In the pop-up menu, modify the vertex count to 16. Decrease the scale of the cylinder and position it here. Scale it in the Z-axis. In the shader editor, insert a new material. Change the name to pipe. Now, bring a circle. Reduce the vertex count to 16 in the pop-up menu. Scale it down and position it here. Switch to edit mode, and extrude it. Insert a loop cut and scale it slightly. Duplicate it and move it downwards. Press Shift+R to repeat the action. In the shader editor, bring metal materials. Select these two objects, then press Ctrl+J to combine them. Duplicate this and position it here. Now bring a plane, then move it up here. Then scale it in Y-axis. After that, in this perspective, I will position my camera in a specific location. To do this, press and hold the Ctrl-Alt-0 keys on the numeric keypad. Go to the right side panel and activate the camera view. From there, make any necessary adjustments to the camera. Choose the camera object and navigate to the object data properties. Increase the passepartout value to 1 in the viewport display settings. Select the plane. Press Shift-S, cursor to selected. Bring a cylinder. By pressing S, hold Shift-Z, reduce the cylinder scale down, in X and Y axis only. Reduce the scale. Scale in Z axis. Then place it here. Delete this top face. Press Shift-S, cursor to selected. Then bring a sphere. Totally scale it down. Now select this cylinder. Rotate it, move it here. Then reduce the scale in Y-axis. Slightly scale it. Likewise duplicate it, bring it down. Press S, hold Shift-Y, to scale in X and Z axis, not in Y axis. Then again duplicate 2 times and move it down. Then move it here. Now bring Array modifier. Change the X factor value 0, Y factor value 1. Increase the count. Now select these vertex. Then in camera view, little bit move it, because I thought it was so close, so that's why I'm moving it. That's all. Now we are completed our modeling. Now we are going to create materials for this objects. Right side corner, click and drag. Switch this to shader editor. Change this into render view. In render settings, change the render engine to cycles. In world properties, select this yellow dot, select sky texture. Change the sun elevation 5, sun rotation 84, dust 10, strength 0.500. Select the pipe. In edit, preference, enable node wrangler. Press Shift-A, bring noise texture. Select noise texture and press Ctrl-T, it will add texture coordinate and mapping. Connect object to mapping vector. Ctrl-Shift, select the noise texture to preview it. Change scale value 1.900. Detail 15. Bring the color ramp node. For contrast, place it here, it will automatically connect. Bring the black and white together. Then bring mix color. Connect color ramp color to mix factor. Change the colors. For color, a hex code is B, D, B, D, B, D. For color, B hex code is 9, 6, 9, 6, 9, 6. Then select the principled BSDF node and place it. Now bring bump node, connect normal to normal, then connect color ramp color to bump height, reduce the bump strength 0.080. Then duplicate this noise texture and move it here. Change the scale value 200, roughness value 0.575. Duplicate bump node, place it here, it will automatically connect normal to normal. Then connect this noise texture factor to bump height. Reduce the strength value 0.030. Now select all the nodes except material output. Press Ctrl G to make group nodes. Press Tab, now bring it here. Then click and drag it. Press Tab to go inside. Then connect mapping scale to group input. Connect this noise texture scale and roughness to group input. Connect the mix color A, mix color B. Then connect principled BSDF, metallic, and roughness. Connect this noise texture scale and roughness also to group input. Finally connect this both bump strength to the group input. Then in right side panel, if you want you can just double click and rename it. For now I'm not going to do it. Now copy this node group. In metal materials, delete this principled BSDF node. Then paste it. Increase the metallic value 1. Reduce roughness value 0.261. Increase scale value 300. This bump strength value reduce 0.030. And for this bump strength change value 0.010. Finally increase this roughness value 1. Then for this object, bring metal material in shader editor drop down menu. Click this icon to make this material duplicate new material. Increase this roughness value 1. Change this mix color A. Hex code is 61321 B. For color B hex code is 74747. Now select the pipe. In pipe material, press Tab to go into group node. Select all these nodes. Then select this object. Click New Material. Delete this principled node. Now paste it. Change this noise texture scale value 15. Roughness value 1. Delete this mix color. Connect this color ramp color to principled base color. Bring mix color node. Place it. Connect this noise texture color to this mix color A. Connect mapping vector value to this mix color B. Then change this mix into darken. Reduce the factor value 0.175. After that bring Voronoi texture. Increase scale value 15. Increase detail value 15. In color ramp, for black color, slightly bring it up. Hex code is 3E, 3E, 3E. And for white make it grayish color. Click and bring it down. Connect the Voronoi texture distance to bump strength. Now select this object. For this in shader editor, bring noise texture. Press Ctrl T to add texture coordinate and mapping. Connect texture object to mapping vector. Connect noise texture factor to base color. Reduce scale value 2.600. Detail value 15. Roughness value 0.700. Bring the color ramp for contrast in add menu. Then place it here. Bring the black and white together. For the black color, change the hex code 909090. And for this white color, hex code is CB. Duplicate noise texture. Change scale value 20. Increase roughness value 1. Bring bump node. Connect normal to principled normal. Connect noise texture factor to this bump height. Reduce bump strength 0.133. Select all these nodes here. And in this material delete principled node. And paste these nodes. In color ramp, for this color, change the hex code 9E. And for this color, hex code is 94994. Select this building object. In shader editor select the wood material. Bring noise texture. Press Ctrl T. Connect object to mapping vector. Change the mapping scale by 0.510, Y 4.800, Z 6.460. Change scale value 15.6. Increase detail value 15. Increase roughness value 0.642. Bring color ramp for contrast. Then bring the black and white together like this. In add menu bring mix color. Place it here. Connect color ramp color to mix color factor. Color A, hex code is 835420. Color B, hex code is 654118. Connected will principled BSDF node. Increase the principled roughness value 0.900. Then bring the bump node in add menu. Connect bump normal to principled normal. Connect color ramp color to bump height. Reduce bump strength value 0.067. Select the glass material, delete principled node. Bring transparency BSDF node. Then bring glossy BSDF node. Finally bring mix shader node. Connect transparent BSDF and glossy BSDF node to mix shader. Reduce the roughness value 0.100. Change the color. Hex code is 7BA3FF. And for transparent BSDF node, change color hex code as A4A4A4. Select the pipe object, click pipe material, copy this node, then select the building, and select yellow material. Delete this principled node, and paste that node. Change this noise scale value 5. Change the mix color A. Hex code is BCAE78. For color B, hex code is 847A54. Increase the roughness value to 0.900. Increase this bump strength 0.200. Select the building material. Bring noise texture. Select noise texture. Press Ctrl T. Connect object to mapping vector. Change scale value 0.200. Increase detail value 8.200. Bring color ramp place it here for contrast. Bring the black and white color together. Then duplication this noise texture. Disable normalize. Increase scale value 1. Change detail value 15. Increase roughness value 1. Select this color ramp and this noise texture. Press Ctrl 0. To add mix color, reduce the factor value 0.100. Duplicate this mix color, place it here. For color A, hex code is 5E5E5E. For color B, hex code is C5C5C5. Increase roughness value 1. In add menu, bring bump node. Connect bump normal to principled normal. Connect this mix color, result to bump height. Reduce the bump strength 0.317. Duplicate this bump node 2 times. Then place it here. Duplicate this noise texture. Increase scale value 50. Decrease the roughness value 0.600. Connect this noise texture factor to this bump height. Decrease strength value 0.100. Again duplicate this noise texture. Enable normalize. Reduce scale value 0.600. Roughness value 0.500. Bring color ramp place it here. Then bring the white color to here. Now connect this color ramp color to bump height. Increase the bump strength value 0.842. Then in mapping scale, change the Z location. That's all. Now we have successfully completed modeling in materials. If you have a human model, please bring it here. I have brought my human model, and pose it in a standing position. If you see my human you will spot there is not hair, but he has hair. In particle system, I have just disabled this option to hide in viewport, that's all. Finally go to render settings. Reduce sample 128. In light paths. Then disable this 2 options. In performance, final render, enable persistent data. Before render if you like to change any color, or change anything you can do it. I'm going to change this light yellow color little dark. Then for wood also I'm going to make this brown color dark slightly. Click render, render image or press F12. We have successfully completed our modeling. I hope this video helps you to learn something new. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe.